Victorian man found guilty of murdering teenager Carly Ryan.
Murdered in 2007 by an online predator and pedophile.
Her attacker had created fictitious online identities to ultimately lure the teen to her death.
Carly was groomed by Gary Francis Newman for over 18 months, posing as a young boy. He convinced my daughter to meet him alone without telling me and murdered her.
Carly Ryan was 14 when she met a boy called Brandon Kane online.
Carly started to tell me that she started to care for him, and I thought it was a little strange. She began pleading with me if she would be able to meet his family. She was really quite actively asking for that, and so I agreed to talk to whom I thought was Brandon's father on the telephone.
That man was 50-year-old Gary Francis Newman. But Brandon Kane was a figment of Newman's imagination, an internet alter ego designed to get him close to young girls like Carly. Tragically, his web of lies worked. One night in 2007, he convinced Carly to meet him an hour away from her home.
All that I know is that at some point he made some advances towards her. I don't know whether he told her that Brandon wasn't real, but he attacked her from behind and pushed her face into the sand and murdered her, left her for dead. I don't know what she went through, but I don't want to think about it. I really can't. Through the investigation and trial, I suddenly realised, oh my goodness, our kids are in trouble. There are criminals that have made that migration to the online space, looking for vulnerable kids to take advantage of. And I felt that I really needed to do something to benefit the community and to prevent crime. The Carly Ryan Foundation promotes online safety, and we prevent harm against youth. Carly was the first girl murdered by an online predator here in Australia, and by incorporating the foundation, we really wanted to try and help prevent these types of crimes from happening in the future, but also to educate and empower youth to make the right choices for themselves, to look at their choices in the online space and to think about how their online choices affect their real life. Are you happy for the world to potentially see what you're about to share, the photograph you're about to send, the information you're about to put out there? Could it come back and affect you in a negative way? Because then that affects your happiness and it affects your future. Don't talk to strangers online. And if you do make a connection with somebody you don't know, use the technology to identify that person in real life. If you're not sure, there's always people out there that can help you. If something feels funny, trust your instinct and then go to somebody who can potentially help you and give you some advice. We would always recommend you go to your family first for support. If that's not an option, then there are always places to go to get help. The Carly Ryan Foundation, the Office of the E-Safety Commissioner, Think You Know, police, and gather as much evidence as you can.